Hello there, all you beepers and beepers, bleepers, swingers, ding-dingers and whoop-whoopers. It's Ben at 180 Felixstowe Hunter, back at you with another finds table video. This is the stuff I'm going to show you from my club dig, the third club dig of the year, somewhere in Suffolk. Can't give you the exact location for obvious reasons, but if you haven't watched the video, I'll put a link at the top somewhere. Go and watch that. You'll see me digging up this stuff, and then come back here and watch this finds table, and we'll have a little reveal to see what we've found, clean some of the mud off and things like that, and have a closer look at stuff and see if there's anything cool there. I think there is, but there's not a lot of stuff there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all show you some photos that I took for my Instagram page, which is at 180 Felixstowe Hunter. If you're not subscribed, if you're not following me on Instagram, then yeah, go follow me. You'll see all my finds on there. I do upload most of my finds in picture format on Instagram, before and after cleans as well. So I've done the before pictures, so have a look at them now. I'll play some funky music for you. Are you back with me? Are you back with me? Right, hello. That's all the things that I found, and I took a picture of them, so hopefully you've just seen all that. I'm now going to discard some of the lead scrap and things like that, because we don't really want to see that, and we'll focus on the buttons and you know, some of the other things that are there, and see if we can clean them up and get any detail off them. So let's get down there and have a look. Whoop whoop.
In the clod.
Alrighty then folks, here we are. This is all the stuff laid out. What I've done is I've put some of the stuff I want to talk about here, and this is all stuff I'm going to chuck away. I won't keep things like shotgun cartridges and things like that. Look, 6, 7 shotgun cartridges I got. This is all lead scrappy bits. I'm not going to go into detail with them, guys. I can't get any details off any of them. It's obviously worked pieces of scrap lead. So I'm just going to chuck all that in the bin and focus on this lot. So let's get down to it. Right then guys, I've got rid of all the scrappy stuff. This is all me what do you call it, buttons are in there, and a coin, so we'll look at that in a minute. Let's just get this stuff out of the way first. Should I clean this, guys? Is there any point in cleaning it? I don't think there is. I don't know what it is. If anybody wants to comment on what that might be, then I'd appreciate it. I'll keep it for a little while and see if anyone gets back to me, and then maybe give it a clean. But I'm not too fussed with it. It just looks like a load of junk to me. Possibly something from farming equipment. I don't know. It's got 2 little knobbles there. It's got a little indent there and one on the other side. It's packed with mud. Might be other stuff, I'm not too sure, because it flakes off here but it's not mud. I don't know what that is. I'm not too sure, guys. I don't want to play about with it too much, just in case it's something I shouldn't be messing about with, but it does look like junk to me. So we'll put that to one side. I'm not too fussed about that. Here we have a lovely musket ball, or a lead shot. Don't need to clean it, we can see what it is. It's a nice find. It's my first one. I've never found a musket ball before, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll keep that. I'll put that to one side. That can go in the finds pot. This is a funny looking thing. I don't know what this is. It's solid. Yeah, don't know. Any ideas, guys? Don't need to clean it, but what is it? Any ideas would be absolutely fantastic. Here's a little bit of lead, guys, which I think is a fired shot. It's got that look to it, hasn't it? It really does look as if that was an old fired shot back in the day. I'm not too. Obviously, it's broken off, but that's what I'm going with. But again, there's so much lead that I found. It could be anything. And somebody found a Pilgrim's Impula as well, which also made of lead. So there's a lot of lead stuff going around in that area. A great area, and I can't wait to get back to it. Sorry if you can hear growling in the background. That's my dog. He's having a funny 5 minutes. This, obviously, I've given it a little rub down with a wet wipe, but I do want to try and get a bit more off it. I don't think I'm going to get much off it at all, actually, but I'll plonk it in that water there, and I'll give that a little scrub up in a minute. Keep cutting you off, guys. The kids have come out to play, and they didn't know I was in the shed doing a video, so they're in the garden. So if you hear kids playing, it's just me kids, don't worry. Right, anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Yeah, a lot of lead found, as is this. Look, it looks like a number 6 there, doesn't it? Or a number 9, but again, it's another piece of lead. I've just chucked loads of this away, but you know, these couple of bits, that bit and this bit, I've kept just to give them a little clean and see if I can get anything off them, because there was a nice lead seal found, and it was this shape, and it had writing on there. This one I can't see anything, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll plonk it in there and I'll give it a little scrub up in a second and see if I can get anything off it. This, guys, I don't need to clean it, but if you look, I said in the video, if you've watched it, it's some type of flange, you know, where something to go through there and sit on the top. But then there's these naily bits here, so somebody has said to me that it's possibly something to do with some type of strap or harness, or something to do with horses or something like that. I've not seen anything like that before, so if anyone could confirm what that is, that'd be absolutely splendid. I would love it, because it saves me doing all the research, because there's so many things that I look up all the time, and it all gets juggled up in my brain, and I forget what's what. Ooh, my shot's gone. This, guys, is a shame, isn't it, that it's broken off. There's a nice loop there on the end, which would have had something on it, which I don't know, maybe some type of mount or something, or it could have been all sorts, couldn't it? But it was found in the same area that I'm finding all this other stuff, and there was buttons galore. It was a button day. Everyone was finding buttons, so you know, people have been there. There's a lot of people been in that area for all them buttons to be there. So this could have been some type of personal, you know, some type of badge or something from way back when. I don't know, guys. Not a badge, you know. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But yeah, it could have been something personal, couldn't it? And it had a little loop on it. But it's gone with the times and broken, and I couldn't find the other end. Could have been anywhere. Obviously this, guys, I've done a little bit of research on this, and with them arrows there, I don't know if you can see them, but there are arrows there, and on the other side there you can see the arrow marks there, which tells me that would have had ball bearings in there maybe, and it was just something that worked and spun round. So again, I think that was something to do with farming or something like that back in the day. So it's actually a bit scrappy, that. I don't know why I want to keep that. I don't think I do. And this, guys, it's got to be a watch winder, hasn't it? I've googled it, I've checked loads of images, and there is so many that look very, very similar to this. So it's an old pocket watch winder, which I think is quite nice. It's a shame that the rest of it's not there, but there you go. Again, it's my first one I've found. Never found one like this, and that does turn, guys. There you go, it spins there. But yeah, I don't need to clean it. I can't. I've had a little rub with it, and I can't get any markings off it or anything. I don't think there would be anyway. But yeah, my first pocket watch winder. So I'm happy with that. I'll keep that one. And the reason why I've got these nails out, guys, you're probably thinking, what the hell's he kept nails for? I'm suspecting that these are Roman nails, guys. Now, I don't know if anyone watches iDetect, Harry at iDetect. He did one of his latest videos. He was doing the forest, or the woods, and he found nails, and he was talking about Roman nails, especially these type of ones. Now, these might not be. They might not be Roman at all. Sorry, lost focus. They might not be Roman at all, but this one would suggest so. They might not be, but they also could be. They're nails, aren't they, at the end of the day? So how can you date a nail? It's very difficult. But that, to me, looked Roman, and especially this one. Now this one, it's classed as a, what do you call it, a hobnail. And they're like little nails, like study type ones that would go up to hold the sole of the sandals together. Now you've got that image in your head now, haven't you? So what I'll do is I'll quickly put a picture up so you can see what type of thing I mean. There you go. So you're obviously looking at that now. You can see where I'm coming from with these nails, yeah? Let's bring you back. So yeah, so I honestly think that that is a Roman stud, a Roman hobnail. And there was Roman coin found on that field on that club dig. Unfortunately, I've not got a picture of it to show you, but there was. Right, I'm just going to stop for a second and tip all this out, and I'll come back to you. I just tipped them out of that little bag there. This is all my buttons, this is. There's so many buttons found. I think I found 11 in total. And obviously a big coin, which I've tried to clean, and it's got a bit of a funny colour, actually. I've not put any chemicals on it. Nothing like that. All I've done is just give it a little rub with some water. Sorry, I've got hiccups. It's gone kind of chalky. I don't know why that is. Very strange. Don't normally get that. And that's very peculiar as well. I don't know what the edging's supposed to look like, but this was the only coin of the day for me. There was a couple other pre-decimal coins, you know, Georgian and Victorian, I think, come up. This, for me, is a, what did I say it was now? A George II pattern half-penny. And somebody said to me that they think that's a cartwheel penny. It's not. And the reason why it's not is it's not thick enough. And the border around the edge is too thin. On the cartwheel penny they're a lot fatter, and I know this for certain because I've found quite a few in the past. In fact, I'm going to find one and compare it. Just give me a sec. Right guys, unfortunately I can't find the coin that I wanted to show you, but this is one that I've just found in another tub. It looks a bit grubby now, but this is definitely a cartwheel penny. And you can see what I mean there about how thick the border is. How thick the border is in comparison to this one. It's different, isn't it? Can you see the borders there? Thin, fat. And also if you turn them around that way, it's a lot thinner, this coin, and it's a smaller size as well. There we go. It fits inside it. It's a smaller size and it's thinner. So it's not a cartwheel penny. So all those that keep saying it is, it's not, guys. It's just your normal pattern half penny. Not even a penny, it's a half penny. That's the size they were, and that's George II. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's a nice coin. It's a shame I can't get the date off it. But yeah, it's a sign of the times, isn't it? There was people there once upon a time in the 1700s, early on. So if I find other stuff from that era, then awesome. But for now, just a coin from the 1700s is lovely. A lot of buttons here, which probably date from the same sort of time period as well. But as you can see, they're all a bit grubby still, so I'm going to chuck them in this water. I'll get a little bit of a toothbrush on them, and then I'll come back, and then we'll see if I can get any details off them and maybe find out exactly what type of button it is. See you back in a second. Right, guys, they've all had a little dunk and a little scrub, and I can't really get much off any of it, really, to be fair. I've even looked at some of these with my free lens 8x magnifier, and I still can't get detail off a lot of them, so unfortunately we'll just have to look at them eyes only and say that that could be anything. Cleaned it best I can. I can't get anything off it, but it's an old button nonetheless. Same with this one, smooth and flat, can't get anything on there, everything's broken off the back. Same with this. Sorry guys, I keep cutting you off there. I'm recording this on my phone, it keeps playing silly buggers, but what was I saying? It's this one, we've done that one, we're on this one, it's exactly the same, it's smooth, can't get anything off it. It's still got the shaft on there and the loop, so that's quite cool, but again, nothing on it. I've looked at this under the old magnifier there, And I thought that I was going to be writing on the edge there, but it's not. Under the magnifier, it's just a pattern going all the way around. It's got a square bit going on. You see the square pattern goes whoop, 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 whoop. There's a square, nice little square on the back there. So it's a nice little patterned button there. I'm not too sure what era we're talking there. I wouldn't even like to say. This one, I'd say that's 17th century. It's a little stud button there. Obviously it doesn't look special, does it? But I've done a little bit of research and I have found one exactly the same, and that is 17th century. That one's been dated 17th century, so I'm guessing this one is as well, because it's exactly the same as the one that I found, and that was on the PASS database. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to trust whatever the PASS say. If anyone who doesn't know, the PASS is the Portable Antiquities Scheme. Record all your finds there. This again, it's a shame. It's a nice big button. It's all been squashed and bent and crooked, but again, it's got the loop still attached to it, so that could be any era, couldn't it? 1800s, early 20th century, something like that. This one is not the full button, guys. Now that bit, it's got the loop on the back, but this, I would say, is one that goes inside. One like this, for example. Tell you what, I'll plonk that one down. This one, unfortunately, I can't get anything off it. It's really strange, actually, guys, because if you look at it closely, I can see like a little hand where my thumb is there, holding a dagger or a sword. You see it? A line, and then you've got the cross section there, and then it coming down, like the sword in the stone, you know? It's too far gone to actually get any detail off it with just water and a brush, guys. I'd have to use a bit of chemicals on there to try and get it, but it also might ruin it, so I don't think I'm going to bother. Unless there's some bright spark out there that can tell me what that is, I would love it, but I can't quite get anything off it apart from that, which is a bit of a shame, because I reckon that would have been a nice pattern on there. It could have told us exactly the right age for it as well. But what I was getting at is, look, the back's open and it's gone. Oh, that's another thing, guys, which I've seen before. I can't get anything off there. Now, it's such a shame that on the inside, it's like caked with that patina. You know, it's got that cruddiness on it, and that is a shame, because if I could have got that off, I could have put some blue tack or something in there and really pushed down and pulled it out gently, and that would have had whatever that pattern is would have come out onto the blue tack. And that's a really good method. A lot of people use that with wax seals and things like that to try and get the pattern off it. You know, or they recreate it using actual real wax. So you see what it's saying now. You see, it looks like a sword in the stone, doesn't it, in the middle? Very strange. I mean, it could be looks like it could be a crown the other way around. It could be anything, guys. So really appreciate anyone's help with that. But what I was getting at is this one. If you see, I'll take you down, it would be the part that goes inside. Obviously, this isn't off this button, or it might be, but I don't think it is. But that would fit inside there, like that, and hold them together, and then that would spin. So yeah, that's that. And a bit like this one. Here we go. That's probably the nicest pattern of the day on as far as buttons go, because we can see what that is. I'm not up on my buttons by any way, shape or form, so I have no idea what this is from, but I know somebody out there will be able to tell me. It would obviously have writing there, a little bit up there. I'm not up on anything military or anything like that, so I couldn't... Oh, dog hair stuck to me. So I couldn't tell you exactly what that is. I need dog hair. But that's what I was getting at with this. Look, if you look at the back, you see it's the same as what I was just trying to show you. You've got this section here would slot inside that one, so that's how that would work. That bit would be off a button like this, I do believe, or off that one. This one says Birmingham on there, so if I wanted to research it, I could. But what is it? Something W.Twig and Co Limited. So I could actually research that and find out myself exactly what era that is. But there you go, and exactly what button it is. So yeah, it's a nice little button. It's a shame it got a bit of a dent there. It's a bit squashed. But yeah, there was loads of buttons coming out. I mean, I found 11. There was so many people found buttons. It was definitely a button day. And this one, shame. Again, it's all... I don't know if my phone's focusing very well, guys. It's getting eaten away with the times, I'm afraid. The elements have ruined it, but it's still got the shaft and a bit of a broken loop still on it, but it's not that fascinating, is it, guys? None of this stuff is. It's a button. This one, I'm going to put this down as post-Tudor, this one, guys, and I can't narrow it down any more than that, really, but it's an old lead button, that is. Very, very old. I can't date it spot on, but I'm going to say post-Tudor, and the reason I'm saying that is because, again, I've looked on the past database and I found one similar to it, not identical, but very, very similar, and all it says on there is post-Tudor lead button, and that's very similar to this one, so I'm going to put that down to this as being exactly the same as that. Post-Tudor. If anyone can narrow the date down and get it spot on for me, brilliant. But I can't find one exactly the same as this, so maybe they were all a little bit unique. They're all handmade their own way. I don't know. I'm not up on my buttons, like I said, but I know people out there that do collect buttons and are really, really up on it. So any of you watch my videos, I'd love your comments, please, guys. That would be absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to say this is probably the oldest button here. Even looking at them, I mean, you've got your standard buttons there, and then you've got a lead button. So, like I said, there was loads of lead found. Again, with this one, it's a shame. I don't think this is anything. I think it's just a lead blob that's fell off. You know, when they're smelting it, it's just a lump of lead. Unfortunately, I had to clean it though, because you never know. It could have been some type of lead seal, because there was one found on the same dig that I was on. It was the same, a little bit more round than this one, and you could clearly see that it had the pattern on there of whatever the stamp would have been. Unfortunately, this one isn't. I can't get anything off it, which is such a shame, because I thought that might be one, but it's not. We've already talked about the coin, haven't we? I just tried to. It's drying out on that side. I tried to get it a little bit more rubbed up to see if I get a date, but I can't. I can't get a date off it, unfortunately. But it's early 1700s. I can't remember exactly what years George II was king, but there we go. And this one, guys, it's... What is it, guys? I can't get anything else off it than that. That's the best I can clean it with, just water and a brush. But what is it? Is it a little dwarf's teacup handle? Whoop. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's bronze, isn't it? So, is it Bronze Age? I don't know. This is it. I mean, I think it's quite interesting. I'm definitely going to have to get this recorded by pass, I think, because I'm not just going to discard that as rubbish. I think that's broken off something, and I think it's quite old. You can imagine some type of vase, some type of Bronze Age pot, can't you, with the little loops that they have on them. They have like a big loop here and then a little one at the top. You know, and then maybe even a little of a smaller one before the opening around the top. You see, you get the picture? I mean, I can see it in my head. So, you know, and I think that might be what it's off. But I could be completely wrong. It could be more modern than I think. But it just... I don't know, it's grabbing me, it's getting me. I kind of want to find out what it is. So for me, out of all of this lot, funny enough, as it goes, that is one of my favourite finds, because it's just interesting. Obviously the coins are always bloody interesting, aren't they? A couple of the buttons there I found really nice. I like this one because it's just the oldness of it, and obviously there's little nails, believe it or not, and the watch winder and the musket ball. For me, they're my favourite finds of the entire hunt, but overall I had a really, really good day. Had a fantastic time, had a chat with some nice people, yeah, and it's just really, really good to get out there. But there you have it, folks. I'm not going to keep rambling. That is all I found on my third club dig of the year. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to spin you around and bring you back to the top and end it with a quick chat. That's it then, guys. I've cleaned it all up. I've put it all away now. I've actually gone upstairs and got some clobber on. I've got changed. I'm going to go and go detecting. The sun's come out and I've just checked low tide, and it's bang on low tide now, and I've got a couple of hours to kill, so I'm going to go do a little bit of beach detecting. So I'm looking forward to that now. So keep watching my channel, guys, and there'll be a beach hunt coming out probably tomorrow or the next day. Depends on what I find and how long it takes me to edit the video. But that's a different story. I'm going to go do that in a minute. But for now, that's the end of this video, guys. If anyone could please comment on what they think some of these things were, because especially, you know, that little loopy thing, you know, the little dwarf's teacup handle. I want to know what that is. Is it Bronze Age, or is it more modern, or am I missing something? I don't know. I really would appreciate anyone's help with that. That'd be absolutely great. Yeah, that's really it. There wasn't a lot there, was there? But, you know, some of the things are quite interesting. Like I say, the Roman nails and things like that. It tells a story, and it makes you aware that you are in the right sort of area, and there was activity there throughout the centuries. So it's always good to see, you know, finds coming up from different eras, you know. So there's a lot of stuff there, and hopefully my club gets permission to go back and do some more digs in that same type of area. I'd absolutely love it. So fingers crossed that happens, and stay tuned for more. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button if you want. It's up to you. I really don't care. But if you do, make sure you hit that little bell, because that'll alert you every time I bring a video out, and then you won't miss nothing. Because hopefully I'm going to find some goodies on the beach right now. So I'm going to go. So anyone who's going out, I wish you all the best, good luck, and happy hunting all. What?